and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello and welcome. So today, surprise surprise, I'm doing a full face of first impressions. So I have stuff from Charlotte Tilbury, Colourpop, Danessa Myricks, Physicians Formula, and even like YSL. So we're just gonna kind of get into it. So talking of like, we're gonna start off with Danessa Myricks. So I finally picked up the Yummy to Go kit. So this has been on my Beauty Bay wish list for so bloody long, keeps on selling out, but it's like I said, it's been in my wish list, and as soon as it came back I picked it up, and it just so happened to have like 30% off. So I've been recently trying so many of her products because I've just been falling in love with the stuff that she does. So I picked up this little box which has two very mini products in there. Like, I know her products are pretty damn expensive, but I wanted to try these two for so long. So you get the Yummy Skin Glow Serum, and then you also get the Blurring Balm Powder. So I've tried the balm powder, but in like the shade One Fair or something like that, because it's just my shade. But this is a universal one, so I'm intrigued to see how it will work. But I'm going to go in with the the Yummy Skin Serum first, because it's kind of like a primer. So I'm going to give it a bit of a shake, because I don't know how long it's kind of just been sitting, but I haven't really, I've seen a couple of people do reviews and all this stuff, but I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I should probably get a brush for this, mainly because I don't really know how to apply this. So I'm just going to take some on a brush, and I think we'll take about this much, because sometimes a little goes a long way. I've learnt that over the years of putting on so much makeup, because you just never know if something is going to be super pigmented, super kind of heavy or light. So it's kind of a bit of a like testing the waters with these kind of products. But yeah, this Yummy Skin thing, it's a serum, but I have no bloody idea what it does. Well, how to apply it to face, under makeup, or wear alone. I wouldn't know what I would do to wear this alone, apart from give me a bit of shimmer. So I'm going to add just a tad bit more, because I feel like it will probably prime my face to kind of get everything working. But it's got a bit of a glow to it, so hence the name Glow Serum. But I'm just adding it kind of in my just everywhere, to be honest. Okay, so we're just gonna let that a moment to like settle in. It's got a bit of a tacky feel to it, so I don't know if it really kind of just is a primer just to stick everything on. So now we've gone to foundation, and I have a sample, and I've had this for bloody ages, and I'm hoping it's still good to use. But it's the All Hours foundation by YSL, and this is in the shade LN3. So I just got this as a sample, because the big chances of me actually using a full size foundation is probably non-existent, because of how expensive it probably is. So I'm going to take some on one of my sponges, and I don't know if this is too light for me. It probably is just an average kind of standard shade for me, because I'm not too great at matching myself. So let's just tap this in, and I'll probably have to add a little bit more afterwards. It's a very strong smell for the foundation. Like, it's got a very, very strong smell to it. I think it's kind of, there's certain brands out there that do very chemically heavy smelling products. Like Huda is definitely like one of the main culprits. I know a lot of her smells are very like floral and stuff like this, but for me, I need to be very careful what kind of scented products I put on my face. But because it's a sample, I mean, I'm not obviously dedicated to like keep on using it. I just really wanted to see, and anytime I get an email saying, do you want to test this sample, I'm like, yes please. Just because, I mean, again, what are the chances of me going out and buying a full size of this? I mean, I did recently just use a YSL highlighter, which I absolutely loved. I got it on like a massive discount, and I'm very happy that I picked it up, because I feel like it would work very nicely, and it was so pigmented and works really nicely on my skin. So looking at this foundation, it's given me a little bit of coverage. I'm not saying it's like super heavy coverage, because it's not, because you can still see a lot of my redness. But we're just going to kind of continue before I add like the whole sample. So we're going to go in with the Yummy Blurring Powder, and I believe this is the universal shade, so you don't have to be of any skin tone to kind of use this. And a lot of people would just use this as kind of like a setting, kind of locking everything in, not a setting powder, but just a product to lock everything in. Because the other one that I've used as a foundation, and I've loved it. So I'm just going to use this to kind of go over it, and I'm gonna hope that it does something. It is another balm like texture as well, so I'm just gonna tap this in. I don't feel like maybe dragging it along, but it's got a bit of an oily feel to it, which is, oh god, it smells a bit weird. I think that's just the smell of the product. I'm just tap it in just to see how it works. Okay, so that's just kind of locking everything in. I've just tapped in my brush just a handful of times because I just wanted to kind of get it all over my face, and so that's a nice little set. I mean, I do prefer the like the blurring powder in like the shade that I use, just because I feel like it will give me a lot more pigmentation, and that for as like a universal tone, I personally don't really see anything that is done to it. But the foundation is kind of gone on not too bad. Around my nose is always a big problematic area, but let's just carry on. So we're going to go on to bronzer, and I finally have the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sun Kiss Glow bronzer. So I got this kind of the same with my YSL, just on a bit of a discount, because some of these products I really cannot spend like without a discount, like they're so expensive. But I mean, with Charlotte Tilbury I do have a discount code if you want to use it. I believe you get like 15% off like your first order or something like that. But I got the shade Fair because I am a light toned girl, so yeah, I don't really like all this information on the back, just me being honest. Like, because I have an affiliation doesn't mean I can't give my like honest review and stuff. So what I'm going to do is just use a sponge. So I apologize for all the noise in the back, but I really have to have my window open and I have to have my fan on because it's 30 degrees outside. So I've heard so many good things about this bronzer, and I've been so excited to try it because, again, a lot of her products are very, very expensive, but I feel like sometimes if you want to treat yourself and you've seen a lot of reviews, like talking from my own experience, I've seen so many people talk about this and love it. I'm just gonna actually use some of my brush, why not? I've seen so many people talk about this and how much they love it, and I feel like for someone who is slowly like learning how to bronze and contour properly, I feel like a product like this will probably be quite perfect, because I love cream products, the way that you can actually like build it up and not go so heavy-handed and it actually be very pigmented. And of course not everyone can afford this type of product, but I feel like if you want to treat yourself, if you want to like do something like that, pick it up. But this has worked really nicely for me. It's given me like a nice glow, and again, I don't want anything too heavy because I cannot deal with like super pigmented bronzers and stuff like that, and I've have a habit of not blending out properly. But this has gone on super beautifully. So yeah, I feel like it's worked really nicely for me personally. So we're going to go on to blush. So we are going to use my Milk Makeup Mini. So this was part of a set that I got, and I haven't had a chance to use this, and this is in the shade Work, so W-E-R-K. So I'm just gonna tap this off without being too heavy handed, and I feel like we're gonna go in with my sponge. I'm hoping it's gonna give me something. If not, I might just tap it on, because again, I'm the only person who will be using these products and it is my germs. So let's just tap this in. Natural-ish today. Like, I don't feel like my makeup is too heavy. I feel like it's looking quite soft. This isn't something that I would probably wear like in the summer. Not that summer, I mean summer's gone in my eyes, even though the sun is out there at 30 degrees and annoying the hell out of me. But I feel like everything is kind of natural and it's not looking crazy heavy. So I'm actually going to go off camera and powder, and then we'll move on to highlighter. Okay, so we're going to highlighter. So we're going in with my Colourpop highlighter that I recently got in a mystery bag. So this could be a bit too deep for me because yeah, this is in the shade Windmill, and I'm just going to take a tiny amount because again this could be too much for me. Yes, it is. And we're just gonna slowly just blend it in because I can't normally really wear a highlighter like this, and I'm just gonna blend it so I don't look completely crazy. And this, I don't know if it's the heat, I don't know what's happening, but everything is kind of, it's separating, so my foundation is not looking its best right now. Yeah, everything is not looking so great, but the highlighter is the highlighter is nice. I mean, it's very pink. I think I might have to use it in the future as a blush slash highlighter because I feel like it's probably not at its best. So now we're going to go onto the eyes, and talking of Colourpop, I'm going to be going in with the Play It Jewel eyeshadow palette that I got, again part of the mystery box. So in case you didn't see this palette kind of in general, or if I've done my unboxing, this is a stunning like colourful palette which is like right up my street. I did mention that it reminds me of the Kathleen Lights eyeshadow palette that I still own because it's gorgeous. So many shimmers, nice selection of matte tones. So we're just going to go in with like a random look today because I have no plans for anything specific. I'm not going to add a primer just because I want to see how it works. Sometimes I could immediately regret it because sometimes I feel like my Urban Decay primer like is my go-to thing to use because it's so helpful. And I kind of want to go in with some of the purples and pinks today. Pink. Well, you know, this side more than anything, because normally I would probably go for something on this section, but we're trying something different today because why not? So we are going to start off with Geode Life, which is this pinky purple, and I'm trying my best to not stab my finger into these eyeshadows because my nails are quite long and I'm trying to not like pierce them. So we're going in with a clean lid, and I'm just taking one of my Revolution brushes, and we're just gonna first put this into my crease. Okay, that went on super duper nicely. So we're going to go in next with Surreal, just here, which is a bit of a deeper purple. I'm going with the same brush because I feel like we're just going to go in. That is gone on very heavy. I'm going to tap off any excess because I do not want anything falling down my face, even though my face is not looking its best right now. We're just going to blend this up. So this is kind of like a deeper purple, and I'm blending it into that pink. I'm loving that shade a lot, so I've kind of made it like a deeper in the corner. And then let's now move on to a couple of more shades. We're going to move on to we'll go with something lighter just towards the front. So we're going to go in with Uncut, which is just here. So this is a bit more of a peachy tone, and what I want to kind of do, this palette has, oh my god, the fallout is actually insane. I'm actually going to bring this forward and kind of blend it in with that first pink tone just to kind of not make it so harsh. Okay, let's go in with a shimmer to kind of top things off slightly, but I might just go in with my finger because I just feel like it'll work just a lot, like just so much more. So there's Majesty or Moving Colours. So let's go in with Majesty because it's a purple, and I know I've just done a video with the Profusion palette doing the Rituals kind of palette, and I used the purple. So I want to see how they kind of look, how they look different. So this shade Majesty. Okay, let's hope. Let's not let me down, because that one didn't completely let me down, but it wasn't like, it was very nice and buildable, but I was thinking when I was putting more on, the other, like the previous layer was just like falling off. So that is very, very nice. So I've made a bit of a mess, so I kind of feel like maybe adding one of the previous shades towards the front just to blend it in. So I'm going to go in with Geode Life again on a bit of a smaller brush, and we're just going to kind of bring it forward here. And I think with the same brush I'm going to go in with a shimmer just to kind of make an inner corner. So we're going to go with Crystalline, I think so. And we're just going to make that an inner corner highlighter. If we can make it pop, Colourpop. I haven't really bought anything new from Colourpop in a while, just because I mean I got the mystery box. That doesn't really count as like a new product, just because I feel like so many of the products are getting a bit repetitive, and one of their collections just hasn't really appealed to me that much. So let's go on to the lips now. And I have a liquid lipstick by Physicians Formula. So this is their Diamond Last. But I'm going to go in first with the liner by Technic, and this is their Nude Edit. I've had this for ages in a wrapper, and I'm only just going to use it now. So this is in the shade in the Buff. So let's get this on first before we use the liquid lipstick. Okay, this is quite a crumbly pencil, like it was literally just like falling apart as I was putting it on my lips. So this is in the shade Majestic Mauve. So I've never tried any liquid lipsticks by Physicians Formula before. I've only used like their complexion stuff, which I do quite like. So it's gonna just kind of take off any excess on the doe foot, because it looks like it's kind of gotten a lot on there. And yeah, let's get this on. Okay, so the colour is quite nice, but the feel of it on my lips is so drying that when I like put my lips together, it really is so tacky trying to release it. I don't know if I like this. I might have to use it again in the future, maybe, yeah, to see how it works, because the way that it was feeling is not very comfortable. I do again like the shade because it's so like, it's so me, kind of like dead look, if that makes sense. But yeah, this is my finished look. Everything has been, it's a mixed bag. I'm not the biggest fan of my complexion today because I feel like it's a bit of a mess, and I don't know if it's because of the foundation or if it's because of the Danessa Myricks products, like that serum. I don't know if it's done anything, because my foundation underneath doesn't really look nice, and the foundation could be the problem. Like, I did put it on with a sponge, maybe if I put it on with a brush next time, but because it's a sample, I don't think I probably used enough, so it probably looks very patchy, and it's still very warm in my room regardless of my fan. The highlighter, I'm not going to use it as a highlight. I'll probably use it as a blush highlighter duo. It's a bit deep for me. The blush is fine. The lip liner is very crumbly. The eyeshadow palette is very nice. Again, with me, I don't think I've ever really had a bad Colourpop product, like eyeshadow palette. There might be one somewhere in my brain, but I don't think, like, I think their products are just very nice. I think the eyeshadow palettes are great. Then the bronzer is very nice. Again, stupidly luxury, but if you want to get it and you're in the mood for a Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, this is definitely it. And this is my finished look. Please let me know what you think, because it's been a mixed bag today. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, because I film and upload every time I get a chance to. Don't forget to follow me on any of my social medias, because I'm always active on there. And thank you so much for listening to me ramble on. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye, guys.